Alright, on this episode of The Outdoorsman, we're going to be talking about dampening your bow, what you should and shouldn't do, so stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what accessories on a bow will dampen that bow, which dampening is reducing the noise that you're getting from your bow when shot, and that's generated from the vibration of your shot. It starts in your strings, goes into your cams, up through your limbs, up through your riser, and pretty much anything that vibrates on your bow is going to cause noise. So the first thing that's going to help with that is obviously your string dampeners. Now on this setup, which is the RX4 Ultra, all your fuse strings that come on these Hoyts now have these dampening systems. They also have these beads for weights. One thing I will tell you with this is if a compound bow like the Hoyts, like the Matthews, come with stuff already on the strings, I would not add any more. The only reason I say that is because if you put too much on your strings, you're going to hurt the IBO, the feet per second that you're getting out of that bow. It's going to slow that shot down from putting too much weight on your string and cables, okay? So if it comes with them on there, don't add any more, all right? Maybe one or two monkey tails, if that, but I would not advise doing that because it's going to hurt the feet per second of your bow. Now, if it doesn't have anything on there, it's a mainline series, it's a beginner line series bow that has no dampening systems on the string. Let's throw a couple monkey tails on there. I wouldn't do more than 3 or 4 because, like I said, you're going to hurt the feet per second of your bow. The next thing going into the bow from the vibration aspect is going to be your limb dampeners. Some of your compound bows will come with them, some of them won't. Some compound bows do not have split limbs where they have the capability of putting limb dampeners between them, but there are limb dampeners out there that you can stick to a solid limb, and that will help reduce the vibration. Now with those, kind of the same aspect, don't put too many of them between your limbs or on your limbs because it's just adding more weight, which can affect your feet per second, your IBO of the bow. Don't put too much, but it can't hurt to put one limb dampener in there, and it'll actually help out greatly with reducing the noise because it's absorbing vibration that's coming in through your cams and going down through your limbs. Now the next thing you're going to see is guys putting stuff on the risers of their bow. You'll see those little rubber barbed wire strips that you can kind of run and wrap around your bow. Do I think that helps? Not really, because those are really loose. They're actually not in the bow and tight to the bow, which is going to help dampen that. Looks cool, yeah, but I don't think that really helps with the noise. Sometimes, like I've seen in the past with Hoyts, they've got stuff that are built into the bow, and some of the other compound bows, they have rubber mechanisms that are in the bows, like the Matthews. Generally, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think there's really a way to add stuff to the riser of the bow unless it's already on there. Like your Hoyts, they have these little guys down here which are going to help with the shock and vibration of the bow, but if it's not built on there, there's really no way to put stuff on there to help reduce the vibration and the noise aspect of the bow. The next thing that you're going to see that'll help dampen it is the stabilizer, which we've talked about in a previous episode. We were talking about stabilizers and helping you guys pick out the stabilizer setup for you. Adding a bunch of stabilizers on there, I don't think it's a necessity, but at least having one forward stabilizer on there that's got some rubber on there is definitely going to help absorb that vibration and take away from hand shock for sure. Throwing 2 on there, will it help a little bit? Oh, for sure, but do you need it? No. I would at least advise, if you don't have a stabilizer on your bow, getting one of the cheap $20 stabilizers that's all rubber just to help absorb some of that vibration. Another thing you can do, which I don't see too many people doing, is on your sight system. If there's a bunch of parts on your sight system that might vibrate, screws or anything like that, tightening your screws on your sight system or tightening any screw, whether it's in your cam, your rest, or sight, that's going to also be stuff that vibrates and can cause noise. So definitely check that. Make sure things are tight. Obviously don't strip it, but just make sure it's tight, and that'll help with the dampening aspect and the vibration aspect. And then going into your rest, that's generally the center portion of your bow. At that point, the vibration is pretty much killed by then. It's nothing you can really stress on that. I mean, you know, maybe going with a capture rest might help with that, but in my opinion, I would not stress the rest aspect on dampening the bow. I would pick what rest you want, and just, like I said, focus on your stabilizer, maybe focus on a set of limb dampeners, and then if your bow does not have some string silencers on there, not a whole lot to that, but definitely don't add too much because it can affect the weight of your bow and affect the feet per second of your bow. So that's all for this episode, guys. Be sure to check out the links in the description below to our social medias, and then I will catch you guys later on the next episode of The Outdoorsman.